Hi everyone, I'm Jeje and welcome to Be Colorful. Even today we are going to use the Tonic Craft Kit 42. Specifically, we're gonna create two very elegant cards, perfect for wedding and anniversary. These two cards will be made even for those who don't have the kit, because I'm going to use the flower dies, so you can use the ones you already have. Even for the paper, of course, you can use whatever you have in your stash. Okay, now let's start with card number 7. First, I'm going to create the paper flowers using the 3 dies of the kit and the watercolor paper, always included in the kit, because I planned to color the flowers with the Aqua Flow Pen that I always found in the kit. So I'm going to die cut some flowers, which will be enough for both of the cards that I'm going to create today. And let's move on to coloring. As I already said, I will use the peach Aqua Flow pen that I found in my kit. Of course, you can use other colors, other types of watercolor, or even opt for another medium if you prefer. I'm not an expert in watercoloring, so if you want to learn some techniques, don't take me as an example. If, like me, you use watercolors just to color some very simple subject, then you can follow what I'll do without giving too much importance to technique and precision. So, first of all, I don't use the Aqua Flow pen directly to spread the first layer of color. This is because I'd immediately get a color that is too dark, so it will be difficult to create various shades of the same color. Then, with the help of a brush with a water tank, I'm going to spread the first layer of color. More water than color, as you can see. When the first layer is dried, I load the brush slightly more with color, thus starting the second layer, darker than the previous one. This time I also pay attention to the brush strokes by creating lines. When the second layer is dried, I proceed with the third one. So if you notice, the secret to get darker shades of the same color, as well as to load the brush more and more, is to let it dry between one layer and another. Now that the flowers are colored, I'm gonna stamp the center with the matching stamps included in the kit. I will not stamp it on everyone, because for this card I will make flowers in 2 layers, so I only need the center in the flower that will be on top. I'm going to proceed with the stamping method that I showed you in one of the previous videos, to do it faster. I'm going to fix the negative part of the die cut on the stamp platform, after having attached on the back of the 3 shapes that I need the masking tape, with the adhesive side facing upward. I'm going to place the flowers on their respective shapes, as well as the coordinated stamps. Finally, I stamp with brown ink at the same time. Now I just have to replace the flowers and proceed with another stamp. Super quick and easy, perfect when you have to do mass productions, maybe for imitations. The next step is optional, but I like to do that. So I'm going to model the flowers to give dimension. I'm going to use this special kit to model the paper, which consists of a tool with interchangeable nibs of various sizes. Then there is a soft modeling mat and another one to make holes. On the market you will also find other sets of different brands, perhaps a little cheaper and with fixed ball nibs. Or you can buy the ball tools separately. You can find them under various names and they are really cheap. If you don't want to invest in these tools, I can suggest you to use a mousepad, the spongy rubber ones, and the upper part of the brushes or pens. Or again, simply you can shape the petals with a bone folder or the handle of a brush, or just with your fingers. Back to us, I'm going to model the flower by placing it on the mat with the top facing down. Then I'm going to press the nib in the center of each petal, making circular movements. Finally, I turn the flower and press in the center. As for the size of the nibs to use, I sometimes choose them based on the area I have to model. If the areas are large, I use larger nibs, while I use smaller nibs if the areas are small. To create buds that are opening, you need to shape the petals with the flower facing up. I plan to create a flower composition, so I also need some leaves, which I get by die cutting the watercolor paper with this leaf sprig shaped die. To keep the same style of the flowers, I'm going to color the leaves using the watercolor technique. Okay, now let's think about the background. Wanting to make an elegant card, I decided to decorate the background with this Arabic tile die. Then I die cut it on white cardstock. I'm going to create the background panel by cutting out a 4 by 5 1/4 rectangle on white cardstock, slightly smaller than the card base, which will be a standard card that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Next, on the gold embossed paper included in the kit, I'm going to die cut the Arabic tiles again. From this die cut, I'm going to use just a few tiles, adding a touch of gold to the card. I will use the outlines in the next card. Now it's time to glue everything together. After having decided how to place the flowers, I can proceed to glue the entire floral composition as well. Great! I'm now adding finishing edges to the panel with the gold embossed paper. As a sentiment, I die cut Special Day on the gold embossed paper using my new die set, perfect for any occasion. I recommend investing in similar sets so that you always have a suitable sentiment for any occasion. The cost is very low since we are talking about a very versatile set with 22 dies. Back to us, as you can see, I'm going to add some finishing touches by gluing some light gold and honey gold colored gems, thus ending this very elegant card. For this card, I'm going to use some leftovers from the previous card. First, I'm going to prepare the background panel using the watercolor paper included in the kit. Being a watercolor paper, it has a very beautiful texture. So I cut it out to get a 3 3/4 by 5 inches rectangle. I decided to opt for the combination of gold, white and craft paper, always perfect for elegant cards, with a slight rustic touch given by the craft paper. Since I don't store the dies and stamps of my kit on the folders provided by the kit itself, I'm going to recycle this craft paper to make my card. So I'm going to create a 5 1/4 by 4 inches panel, thus obtaining finishing edges for the main panel. For my flower composition, I need the leaves. Still with the die I used for the previous card, I'm going to create some craft paper leaves. And I'm ready to assemble the card. For the background, as you can see, I'm using the outlines that I got on the previous card. Finally, I'm going to embellish the card by gluing golden gems in the center of the flowers, as well as 3 honey gold gems around the flower composition. Finally, always with my new sentiment die set, I die cut Special Day on the craft paper and glue it on the card. I just have to glue the panel on the card base, which I'm going to create from this mixed media paper in order to have a similar texture to the one of the background panel. Thus ends the 8th card of this kit. And that's all for today. I hope these 2 cards can inspire you to create your own simple and elegant card. Let me know in the comment if you like these color combinations and if you're gonna try to make dimensional paper flowers, coloring them with watercolors. For now, I thank you for joining with me. Leave me a thumbs up if you liked the video and share it with all your crafty friends. So, bye bye, see you next time and be colorful!